So, The Holdovers is set in a prep school in the US where there is a history teacher played by Paul Giamatti, who is cranky, unloved by his pupils, really very difficult. And he finds himself staying over at Christmas with any pupils who are left behind and who can't join their families for whatever reason. And there are initially a group of them, but due to circumstances, it whittles down to one single pupil who found himself there at the very last minute, unexpectedly, who is also not terribly easy. He's a prickly sort of character. So there are the two of them left in the school, along with the cook, who is played by Davine Joy Randolph, who is superb in it. The only thing I remember seeing her in prior to this is actually
Only murders in the building.
no, I remember her. I think of her from Rings of Power,
All right.
as she plays somebody's wife, and I can't remember the name of the character, but she's excellent.
Okay.
Um, so the overall premise is that, and there, and I should add, there is another teacher who's generally, is around in the vicinity as well, played by Carrie Preston, who is as superbly Carrie Preston as you would expect.
She's nice. She's good.
And the overall premise is these two people, and ultimately three people, with the Davine Randall's character, are building a connection, and she has just lost her son in the Vietnam War. So you have these people in different places of life trauma, life trouble, and they're finding their way through it when they don't have personal connections, and they build them up through this Christmas holiday season. Uh, Learning about each other, learning about actual learning, as Paul Janati's character starts it all off as everything is going to be run as though it's a term. So we will be getting up at this time, and you will be doing studying at this time, and you are going to be doing exercise at this time, even though the gym is closed.
Yeah.
You will be out in the snow. It's good for your character. And it's the barriers slowly unpick, and the you start to understand the things that make everybody who they are, why they are. He had been a pupil there in the past as well, so unpicking why somewhere he clearly doesn't really like, he is at,
Yeah.
is he's working at, and it's a beautiful film. It's very simple. It's not a fancy film, but it's quite elegant, and it's an incredibly kind film. And I know it sounds like an odd word, but it has a sort of a gentleness, a lot of sadness to it. I mean, it made me cry, but we know I cry at everything, so that's not necessarily that much of an achievement. But it was really poignant. It was also something of a vignette, really, but it was a delight to watch. I left the cinema at the end smiling and feeling very glad that I'd spent the time watching it, and that actually I kind of felt that my life was a bit better for having seen it. And I can't explain why, but it brought me real happiness.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
that's nice when a film does that. When a film does actually stir
And
your
it's
emotions.
definitely Oscar worthy. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Best actor, best supporting actress, best picture. I think the director. So okay, not to sound all film buffy about it or anything like that. No, no director, but not to sound all film buffy about it or anything like that. But this is directed by Alexander Payne. And
Yeah,
everything you said sounds like an Alexander Payne film.
it is. It is an absolutely perfect Alexander Payne film. It
Wait,
does what it says on the tin.
because he did About Schmidt. He did About Schmidt. He did Sideways. He did what's the other one? The one with John Clooney, The Descendants, the one in Hawaii, the George Clooney one in Hawaii, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
and
that made me cry.
oh yeah, and he. Yeah, and the thing is, like, on his films, they tend to be like essentially not much happens, so to say, plot wise, not much happens, and it could be accused of just being a whole bunch of people watching them hang out and watching them do, and it's all about the internal struggles that people are having and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes he spins gold from it, like some of his films, like for instance, Sideways. Not, I don't think it was as good as everybody made out that it was. But I think The Descendants and what was the other one? There's another one that he did that I actually thought was quite good. But I think The Descendants was, I think, as you said, that packs an emotional punch. So and Sean, I'm not sure if you've seen the trailers for this, but this film is shot that it looks like it's a lost film from the 70s.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, is this Paul Giamatti?
Yeah, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, I see. Now you're gonna pillory me for this, but I find him very much. I find him very much.
Oh no!
In the films, he played.
Add him to the list.
King John. No, he is good in some things. I did like him in.
King John.
He was King John. He played King John pretty awfully.
In what film was that?
A couple of other things. That was in the Templars, Knights Templar or Templar film. I forget what it was called. It was but it was a
James Purefoy as
James
the Knights
Purefoy
Templar.
I think it was called Knights Templar.
Oh yeah, but that was a terrible film anyway.
Yeah, but no, but I tell a lie. He was good. He was in some. Was he in like?
He was in Rock of Ages as
Rock of Ages, and also the Truman Show. Was he in the Truman Show? Was he one of the?
He has a small role in the Truman Show. He's like one of those people that when you watch the Truman Show again, you go back and go, hang on. Is that Paul Giamatti?
Yeah.
It's like everyone want to talk about random appearances of Paul Giamatti before he was famous.
Yeah.
If you see My Best Friend's Wedding, he plays like a bellhop in the when he has one scene with Julia Roberts in the corridor of a hotel. Trust me, it's a blink and you miss. He's on screen for about a minute, if that.
So I'm hot and cold with him. I'm hot and cold with him.
Saving Mr. Banks as well.
I don't remember him in that.
No, I don't remember him in that. Maybe perhaps he was.
I think
But
he's
yeah,
the chauffeur who picks up Emma Thompson's.
Oh right. Oh yeah, he probably is. So I like him in small roles, but when he takes centre stage, I'm not quite as enamoured. So,
You're like,
anyway, that's me.
Get onto the shelf. Get onto the shelf with Stanley Tucci and Jason Clarke and Paul
He's in San Andreas.
Yeah,
he's in San Andreas.
Yeah, with Dwayne Johnson.
He's also in Jungle Cruise.
Oh, right.
Yes, he is with Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson. But
He's got a very varied CV then.
Oh no! Yeah. I think Paul Giamatti has a very various CV. He has like the dumbest things on there, and he has like some of the highest brow things on there. Yeah. I think he just likes acting, quite frankly. So yeah, okay. But anyway, I think the way this film looks, Sean, it looks like it's right in your sweet spot because it looks like a film from the 70s. Even the font that they use.
Yeah, I have seen the trailer, and I do like. I will see. This is one I see. Is it on? So it's on streaming now, is it?
No,
it's cinemas.
Cinema. Right, I was going to say. All right, cinema.
So, Holly, how many stars?
5.
5. Ooh, okay.
Wow.
5.
Wow.
Not 5 stars.
A shadow of a doubt. Left we just looked at each other like, yeah, that's 5 stars.
Okay. All right. Okay.